Thank you to USA Hockey for your support and unwavering commitment to this sport. I've always believed that you're only as good as the people around you, and tonight, I just got a heck of a lot better. Congratulations to Bruce, Zach, Scott, Joe. You've had outstanding careers and have impacted the game in more ways than one can count. I'm humbled, honored, and profoundly grateful to be receiving this award. But I need to be honest with you, this moment feels impossible. Not because I don't think I belong here, though there are days I still can't quite believe it. It feels impossible because the girl who first stepped onto the ice, that flooded field in New Hampshire, clutching a wooden stick that weighed more than she did, wearing plastic skates, Cooperall pants bunched around her ankles, and gloves sized for an adult, that girl had no idea what she was doing. But she knew one thing: she loved this game. As I look back across every rink, every teammate, every coach, trainer, every orthopedic surgeon, there were a few, every parent driving that late night carpool, I'm reminded that whenever I hear the word hockey, I realize that hockey isn't a game of moments, although tonight is a pretty big one. It's a game of people. So tonight, I want to honor the people who built this story, because it isn't my induction, it's ours. To my parents, thank you for the countless hours and weekends you spent at the rink. Soccer moms, Gomer's mom, you got nothing on my mother. I was going to leave out that she got kicked out of the rink, but I'll add it. Maybe a couple times. Maybe one time, Dad was the coach with the bench minor, I was in the penalty box, and Mom got ejected from the rink. Left my brother, who was a toddler. Mom got us everywhere. And when I say everywhere, imagine the miles covered, you all can, when your daughter played on 3 teams in 2 states in 1 season. We got there quickly. She made sure we had everything: equipment, opportunities, and belief. When I say everything, she even carried a coat hanger in her purse. A coat hanger, you ask? On a few occasions, the team jerseys got locked in our station wagon while it was running in the parking lot. The coat hanger was the only way you could get in a car in the 1980s. Mom, thank you for being a strong foundation. Dad, he left no stone unturned when it came to extra training. He somehow secured a key to the Concord Ice Arena so we could work on our pivots through his made-up cone drills. He didn't play hockey. His skating has not gotten better over all these years, but he made up these drills. And we got to shoot puck after puck after puck. You can all relate. Dad, you gave me something irreplaceable: a hunger for excellence. My parents never once told me that a girl shouldn't play with the boys. In fact, they encouraged me to go out there and beat them. They gave me permission to dream without limits. Mom and Dad, you handed me my first pair of skates, but more importantly, you handed me belief. And belief, it turns out, is everything. To my brother, thank you for going to those extra training sessions. You distracted Dad. Thank you for pushing me, for being my first and toughest competitor, and for tolerating the question, is your sister better than you, your entire career, including at your recent UNH alumni game when your teammates embroidered T Mounsey #2 on the back of your jersey. You've been a good sport about it, mostly. To my coaches, from youth hockey through college and the Olympics, you saw the potential before I did. You pushed me when it would have been easier to settle. You taught me how to take a hit, get back up, I knew how to give one, and how to move the puck. I'll never forget Coach Ben Smith's lesson. I loved turning the net with speed, lugging the puck out of the D zone, and controlling the play. I thought I was pretty good at that. Coach Smith didn't agree. Okay, it's kind of like Lou not agreeing. So one practice in Lake Placid, on that sacred 1980 rink, he stopped everything, lined the team on the goal line, and challenged me to beat the puck to the other end of the ice. The puck left his stick. He yelled, "Go." I barely got off that line before the puck hit the boards 200 feet away. The sound echoed through that empty rink. "Move the puck, Mounsey," is all he said. Despite being embarrassed, I learned something that day that changed everything. The fastest player on the ice is the puck. And sometimes the smartest thing you can do is trust your teammates, move the puck, and get out of the way. That lesson has served me far beyond hockey. To my teammates, every locker room I've ever been in is stitched permanently into who I am. Anyone here been in a bad locker room? It's kind of the best place to be most of the time, especially now. I was lucky to have goalies who bailed me out when I landed in the penalty box, which was often, and a problem if you're on the penalty kill. I had forwards who were good receivers. I had D partners who became experts in odd man rushes because I thought I was a fourth forward. Winning gold and silver on the world's biggest stage, those are moments I will never forget. But here's the truth. The medals shine because of the people behind them. They reflect the laughter before the biggest games, the setbacks that made you question everything, the nerves we calmed together, the goals scored because someone blocked a shot that no one noticed. They reflect sacrifice, trust, and grit. And for my 98 team, they reflect an unspoken promise that remains true 27 years later. I've got you. Growing up playing boys hockey shaped me in ways I'm still appreciating. Being named captain of our all-boys high school team and player of the year in the state of New Hampshire wasn't about proving I belonged. It was about showing that hockey, at its core, is bigger than any category. It rewards work, resilience, vision, and heart. And those things don't have a gender. But I need to tell you, despite the acceptance by my community and my teammates, it wasn't always easy. There were days the locker rooms went silent when I walked in, days when I changed in the referee's room or the women's restroom, days when the looks were skeptical, days when I had to outskate, outwork, and outthink just to be seen as equal. That is what I was fighting for. Not recognition, not accolades, just the chance to be seen for what I could do. And I was lucky to be surrounded by a special group of people that lifted me up. Those years, the hard ones, the awkward ones, the ones I had to prove myself again and again, taught me something invaluable. Every barrier we break makes it easier for the ones behind us to walk through without even noticing the door may have been closed. That's the real honor. That's what I'm most proud of. Tonight, as I join this Hall of Fame, I carry with me the responsibility and the privilege of being part of a generation that helped push women's hockey into the spotlight. This induction isn't mine alone. It belongs to every young girl skating on an outdoor rink right now, cold air biting her cheeks. We're in Minnesota, it's really cold here. Breath visible in winter light, dreaming of a future in this game, a future that exists because of all of us. It belongs to the pioneers who played when there were no scholarships, no professional leagues, no Olympic stage, who sacrificed for the name on the front of the jersey, not on the back, who played because they loved the game and that had to be enough. belongs to players who are taking women's hockey to places we only dreamed of, who are showing the world that women's hockey isn't just worth watching, it's essential. Belongs to the 8-year-old lacing up her skates for the first time tonight, who will grow up knowing that moments like tonight aren't rare. They are the standard, and she can aspire to and surpass. And to those young players, if you're listening, my kids better be listening, I'll say this. You don't have to fit the mold. You don't need permission. You don't have to be anyone's version of what a hockey player should be. If you show up with heart, discipline, a willingness to work, and surround yourself with people who lift you up, the ice will take care of the rest. I began tonight by telling you about a little girl with a wooden stick and oversized gloves who had no idea what she was doing. But now I realize she knew exactly what she was doing. She was falling in love with a game that would give her everything: purpose, community, identity, and joy. She was learning that people around you matter more than the records you set. She was discovering that barriers are only permanent if you let them be. And she was becoming the person standing before you tonight, humbled, grateful, and still madly in love with this game. To my family, my coaches, my teammates, and everyone who believed in me when my own belief wavered, thank you. To the sport that is giving me more than anything, more than I could ever return, thank you. And to that little girl with the wooden stick still skating somewhere in my heart, we made it. Thank you.